Welcome to Wild, Wise and Curious, Tina. It's really great to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, ladies. Lovely to be here.
Yeah, it's lovely for you to join us. Thanks, Tina.
Lovely. So, Tina, can you tell us a little bit about your perimenopause journey so far?
Okay, so since we last spoke, I've got some notes.
Oh, brilliant.
So I've categorized. Call me anal if you want to, but I'm categorized things. So
You go for it.
topics of conversation, darlings, are as follows: the Miss Trunchbull Sweats,
Oh, okay.
the peanut butter brain fog, the Tom Selleck facial hair,
Oh,
the hey Macarena skin itching, the Pilates nails, or Volcano spots.
oh, and where are we starting tonight, Tina?
It feels like a book.
Subject, ladies, any subject.
Or a lucky dip.
Or lucky dip.
Yes, the Tom Selleck hair.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a favourite of mine.
So we all remember Tom Selleck from the 70s with the big tash.
We do. Yeah? We do.
So what I find is that we all get facial hair.
Yep.
And I find that as I've got older, it seems to get thicker and darker, particularly like under the chin here.
Oh, yes.
And like here, like,
yeah.
you know. And of course, you pluck one, you think, great, brilliant, it's gone, it's lovely, it's nice and fine, brilliant. The following day, another one pops up in the same place, and then it's got two friends with it as well. Like, right, okay. And then you get them just here on the chin, but they're so thick, literally you could throw javelin with them.
Yeah, but don't you find as well, sometimes you can't see them, and then all of a sudden you just
they're there.
And it's like,
oh my God, shade. You see in the right lighting, you think,
you're like, oh my God,
hang on a minute.
Yeah. And I often wonder when you see the traffic lights.
And you go to bed and you think, right, okay, I've got those like 6 hairs that came from nowhere in the last 24 hours. It's okay, I've got them. Trim them, I wax them, I do whatever it is us ladies do. You wake up the following day and you say, okay, right, let's brace myself before I look in the mirror. Am I going to be looking at Tom Selleck, or am I going to be looking at another round of facial hair in a place where I don't want it? Because at some point you're worried that you're going to be in the mirror.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you. See, my eyesight's failing as well. So my eyesight seems to be getting worse. So I'm like this in the mirror, and it's just like, oh my gosh. We are going to have to rely on each other as we get older,
We are, aren't we?
How else are we going to know?
My nan used to rely on me when I used to go round. She'd be like, Shelley, come over here a minute. Here's the tweezers. And I'd be like, all right, Nan.
Okay, Nan. Okay, Nan.
I know, but I've also got somebody, it's my mum, someone had given her a mirror, and it was one of those mirrors that you plug in, so it's got a light surrounding it, and it's like normal one side, and if you flip it the other side, it's 5 times magnified.
Yeah.
Which seems brilliant because you can definitely see the odd chin hairs and tash and whatever.
Absolutely,
but what's not great about it is that it makes everything so much bigger. So you feel like you really have been walking around with like the odd big fat one sticking out your chin.
Yeah.
So it's not attractive, but you can see them.
Like a little handheld mirror that's about this big, and it's like 10 times the magnified magnification.
Oh God, so they're even bigger.
Yeah. And I'm looking and I'm like, seriously, how big is that? And I'm like, and I'm thinking, I don't know that these tweezers are going to be big enough.
So, out of all your list of symptoms, then, Tina, which ones were the first ones for you to realise that you were in?
So, for me, the first symptoms that I got were the Trunchbull Sweats.
Okay, tell us more.
Trunchbull Sweats were the first. So I started to get headaches, which are unusual for me. I'm not normally renowned for getting headaches.
Yeah.
But I have got a history of migraines, and I had my ear pierced.
Yeah.
I had it done flash. No, darling. Trust me, it was painful. I didn't have it done fashion. I had it done for migraines. Oh, okay. Since I had it done, haven't had a migraine since. So I started to get migraines back, and I started to get them like twice a month. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is not good. I'm gonna have to go and speak to my doctor. But I managed to, normally when I have a full on migraine, I'm like out for 3 days. Do not talk to me, lights off, can't eat anything, feel sick, good night Vienna. So, but on these occasions, it happened at work, and I managed to take one of those Nurofen migraine tablets. Just took one just in case I threw it up. And I thought, okay, this is unusual. This has gone away. This is great. It's amazing. This has never happened before. Brilliant. And then 2 weeks later, I had another headache. Again, just an offset of a migraine. I thought, okay, I haven't beaten anybody. I'm not upset. I'm not stressed. Right, okay. Right, okay. I'm just going to forget about it. Right, okay. And it didn't reoccur again. So I thought, right, okay. And then I started getting the dry patches, the dry skin patches. And particularly recently, I've got the Hey Macarena dry itching. So I'm going.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But the problem is, at the moment, it's my legs at the moment. Before that, a couple of weeks ago, it was my arms. And literally, it's almost like when you get a bug bite and you start itching. You think,
you're going back to it and going back to it.
You can't leave it alone. Yeah. And it's almost like it's just heat. And the hotter I get, the worse it is. So, of course, at the moment, we're British weather, and it is Baltic bum freezing out there.
Yeah.
If I'm in an itch phase where I'm like, oh my God, this is so itchy, I'm having to go to bed in like a crop top and pants and socks. Because I'm like, if I put anything on, it's going to make my body temperature hotter, and then I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Yeah.
So then I get into bed to an ice cold bed, which I'm not a fan of anyway. And I'm like, okay, I'm freezing, but I'm not itching
yet.
Okay. I think they call this the happy medium. You know, the bed cover is like this. Okay. I'll go to sleep in a minute. It's fine. It's fine. Briefly, I did get the waking up at night where you, all of a sudden, like, you're really, really hot and you're like, okay, cover on, cover off. I'm now a magician. Cover on, cover off. I'm here, I'm not here. I'm hot, I'm not hot. Okay. Now I'm awake. And of course, I'm an ADHDer as well. So I'm like, oh, I'm awake. I'm awake. Hello.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, everybody.
And what time is that in the evening? In the night time?
I'm going to get up in like 3 hours. Go to sleep, Tina.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. Because I haven't put any lights on or anything like that, because obviously that's absolutely deadly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can do this and just go to sleep. One side, the other side, the other side. Yeah. And I'm like, and then you're just like starfish, and you're like, oh, for the love of God. Okay, now I need a wee.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's 3 minutes past 2 o'clock from the last time I checked the watch. Let's go for a wee. Goes out, gets a wee, and I'm like, right, okay, what am I? And then you start to like pick apart. Right, okay, what's the situation? Right, let's crowd control here. What have I got on? What can I take off that's again going to help me go to sleep? Okay, right. Other than balls naked, let's just get down to like crop top and pants. And I've even had to go as far as going without the socks. Right, okay, right. It's also sockless tonight as well. Right, no socks. Okay.
Are the socks the last thing to go, Tina?
Yeah.
Do you always have socks on?
Yeah, pretty much, because I am a cold person, believe it or not. Like, you know, the Titanic could hit my feet and not bounce off cold.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I want to keep the socks on. But I'm 4'10", but I seem to be blessed in certain areas. So of course the thing is you need scaffolding to keep things in place, because otherwise when you roll over it's like
you end up getting a sharp pain.
Yeah, and then you're thinking, right, okay, so cold or be smothered by my own chest and die in my sleep. Okay, we're gonna go with cold. So the socks come off, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, okay, and sleep. That's it. I look alike. And then before I got to before you get to know it, you know how it goes. You go to bed late, you go to sleep late, alarm goes off, and you're like, how is my alarm going off? I only just fell asleep. And then you're looking at the clock, you're thinking,
I get that.
oh, well, it was 3 hours ago, but even so,
Well,
it took me an hour to go back to sleep. But...
Yeah. And at that point, you're knackered, aren't you? Because you've really only had a couple of hours sleep before you woke up, and then a couple of hours sleep after you've gone back to sleep.
Yeah.
And by the time your alarm goes off at 6, 7 o'clock, you still need another 2 or 3 hours, don't you? Really, but obviously life doesn't allow for that. Oh, it's a pain in the arse. It really, the broken sleep, I think, is really tricky to manage. And I think for me personally, if I have a really crappy night's sleep, I don't know what version of me is going to wake up.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, I can be really grumpy in the mornings, and if I've had crappy sleep, and then sometimes it's hard to shake it off because you feel like you've not caught up with the rest that you need.
Well, you see, I'm lucky in the sense that because I'm an ADHD, I mean, I pulled an all-nighter. When did I pull? 2 weeks ago, I pulled an all-nighter.
On purpose or not?
Yeah, where I had, it was Saturday, I had the weekend off because my son was at his dad's. So in the morning, I'd gone to see a friend at 10 o'clock, stayed with her until nearly 4 o'clock, come home, did some tea, and got working. So I got stuff to edit, I've got Canva to sort out, graphics, hashtags, all the things, research, etc. So I'm just like going, and I'm like, okay, right, right, well, I've been going for the last 4 hours, it's now 10 o'clock, yeah, right, okay, I'll go get a coffee. Got a coffee, back to it, okay, now it's 1 o'clock, right, okay, brilliant, right, I'm gonna go to bed in a minute, I'm just gonna finish this, right, okay, brilliant, 3 o'clock, okay, okay, one more thing to do, 5 o'clock, okay, technically I can go to the gym right now, right, okay, because
Tell me you didn't go to the gym.
Yep.
You did?
By 8 o'clock I was in the gym. I was in the gym, and then that Sunday I then didn't go to bed until 10 o'clock.
Wow.
You did well then.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
So I can pretty much burn on 3 hours.
Yeah.
But then by the time I get to like midway point in the afternoon, I'm like, seriously? Why are you in my face? Why are you talking to me?
What, and there's nobody there?
Yeah. Like, go away.
TV.
Yeah, go away. And I have a retail job, so you can imagine if I haven't had any sleep, I'm like, why the fuck are you in? Why are you here? Why are you here? And then the look on their face, like, I just want to know where the eggs are.
I just want to buy something.
Thanks.
So how long have you been dealing with all your symptoms, Tina?
I would say 2.5 to 3 years now.
Okay. So what have you been doing to help ease that? Have you been doing anything to help ease it, or have you just been
plodding along with it?
Yeah.
Plodding along.
Yeah.
Okay.
I slap a patch on my bum and off we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're taking HRT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't, because of the peanut butter brain fog, I couldn't get on with the gel and the tablets. And right, okay, this week, am I on the gel or am I on the tablets? When did I last take the tablet? Did I take the gel? When did I last take the gel?
So this is the peanut butter brain fog that made you not sure about when you'd taken it or not.
Yeah.
I feel your pain actually when I started taking HRT. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say, with the tablets and the gel, you're 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Yes.
And I couldn't, even with keeping a damn diary, I'd write it on the calendar. Right, okay, gel on for this 2 weeks, then start the tablets.
Yeah.
Then, and I don't think it helped matters that the beautiful NHS that it is, long may it stay the way it is. got halfway through and they're like, we have a problem fulfilling your prescription.
Okay.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah, there's the shortages.
Yeah, how much of a problem? Well, we've got a bit of a shortage at the minute, right? So what am I supposed to do? Because, by day 4, I could eat my child.
Yeah.
So, my client, my colleagues and my customers are living on the edge. So, how do you want to play this, Margaret? I really need, if an addict always says this, but I really need my medication. I think it's essential for all public health. I have this medication.
So how long have you been on HRT for, Tina?
I've been on it for the 2 to 3.5 years. So I started off on the tablets and the gel, and I went to the doctor and I said, look, for the love of Jesus Christ and everybody else, please put me on something that's not what I'm currently on. And they're like, oh, you could always have a patch.
Okay.
Why wasn't I offered that to start with?
Okay. So pretty much soon after you realised you'd got symptoms, then you went straight to the GP and got on the...
I went to the GP because I thought I was losing my mind, which I think a lot of ladies go there. They're like,
absolutely.
What the hell is going on? I want to souffle my children. I want to guillotine my husband. Sex drive is non-existent. And I've got a dry patch that's been there for 2 days. It's itching like hell. And I don't know when it's going to go away. So I went to the doctor and I said, look, this is the status quo. I think I'm losing my marbles. And then they're like, oh, okay. And of course, then you have to go through the whole rigmarole of, are you sure that you're not sexually active? Are you sure this couldn't be an unwanted pregnancy with the hormone changes?
Okay.
Look, darling, I've been there. I've got the T-shirt, and no, I don't want to go back. It wasn't a fun ride for me. And no. And not only that, at the time in which they were asking me these questions, I had very much long surpassed separating from my partner. And I'm like, hey, look, at this point, I'm a nun. So, hey, if nuns can get pregnant, then it's a miracle. Jesus is a miracle. Because it ain't happening at this camp. But yeah, you go through the whole rigmarole and they're like, it's almost like, right, okay, so we're going to take a series of blood tests. Really? Is that essential? I don't like needles. Absolutely petrified. I'm like, really? You've got, really? Afraid so, yes. Are you sure? Yes. Oh, 2 rounds of blood tests. And they're like, well, they've all come back and we've tested your liver and your thyroid and everything else under the sun that they cover. They've come back normal. And I openly said to the nurse, are you sure I didn't break the test? Because nothing is normal for me. I don't do normal at all. And they're like, yeah, we're pretty sure that your tests come back normal. Oh, okay, that's the first for my life. Yeah, I'll take that. And they're like, right, okay, so now next steps is you have to go and see a gynecologist.
Okay.
Right, okay, so what pearls of inspiration is he going to do? Is he going to pull back the curtains and go, hey, it's working? No, we need to check to make sure there's nothing untoward going on upstairs. Okay. The gentleman that I saw, he's got like a list like this big of letters after his name. Old style gentleman, very old school, as we would call it. Very much like, take a seat, madam. Okay. That's
Haven't been called madam for a long time.
not in this situation. So, let's take a seat. Yes, okay. And then, right, okay, go through the preliminary questions. Right, okay. Is there any chance that you could be pregnant? No. Is there any chance that, that could be this, could be that? No. What is the main reason for you being here? And I said, well, my periods are sporadic. 1 minute I'm on for 2 days, next minute I'm off for 2 days. And I said, I want to kill the village as well. I go through a point where I'm going to Shrek the village at this point, wipe everybody out. And he looked at me over his glasses like, okay, next question. So he moves on, and he's advised, so if you'd like to get up on, undress on the waist downwards, get on top of the bed, and like the old 1950s cigarettes.
Oh, lovely.
And I'm looking at them and I'm like, what are they for? This is all the appointments I've had, I've never come across these stirrups before. And I'm like, what on earth have I signed up for? Okay. And the gentleman was like, right, okay, if you'd like to go behind the curtain, madam, and undress, and like to place yourself on the bed, and then there's a piece of tissue for your modesty, darling.
Oh, lovely. Just one piece.
Just one piece, and I'm like, that's not even going to cover it. You're wishing if it's that small. So on you go, and then I can only describe E.T.'s finger comes out.
Oh yeah.
The instrument that they use, and it is
speculum. Yes, yeah.
The E.T.'s finger. Well, it's, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but basically it's vibrator size, where it's round and dead off at one end, and then obviously it's circular at the top. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, did I book the wrong appointment? and then obviously out comes the gel. And why is it that with it?
Oh no,
we missed you then. Just say that little bit again. The sound cut out.
I said, why is it they use so much gel that they could baste the Christmas turkey with it?
And I'm so glad that we asked you to say it again. But I do. Yeah.
On this piece of equipment, I'm thinking, hey, look, I know I'm potentially in perimenopause, but I don't think I am that dry. You need that much gel.
But that is also another perimenopause symptom. So for all he knew, you might have been, right?
What, like the Sahara? And I'm thinking, right, okay. I mean, we've all been to that smear where the lady gets very overzealous about how much gel she uses and getting it out of there for the next week. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm going to be trying to get that amount of gel. Oh, I'm going to be digging that out forever. And he said, and he's walking me through every very gentle, very kind guy, and he's walking me through every step. He said, right, he said, I'm just gonna place this probe. Is that what you call it these days? All right, love. Into the area, and we're gonna have a look. And so of course got the cinema screen, and I'm like, okay, I wish I had popcorn for this, but okay. He's like, right, okay, so let's have a look. And he's moving it around, and I'm thinking, he realizes I'm on the end of this, right? So I'm like, doing this like it's a freaking remote control, and I'm like, he's tapping, right, okay. And he's tapping on the computer, little, right, okay, right, okay. Ooh, I'm thinking, okay, that the ooh is not so good, right, okay. And he's like, oh, I can see you've had a cesarean because you've got a cesarean scar. He said, that's great. It's all healed properly. There's nothing untoward. That's quite brilliant. Let's have a look at your ovaries, and then ovary goes. Yes, your ovaries look lovely. Yeah, brilliant. That's great. Let's try the other side. Over the other side it goes.
I'm so glad this is on video.
He said, do you know what, Miss Wood? He said, everything seems to be wonderful. Everything's healthy. Everyone's looking lovely. And I'm like, I'm so glad you've come to that conclusion. He said, if you want to open the throat, and he said, clean yourself up. He said, and rest. He said, with the consultation. Okay, so over I goes, and I'm like, okay. He's giving me like 2 pieces of tissue, and I'm like, yeah, it's not going to cover it.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No. No. And it's a bit like seaside tissue, where you go into the toilet and the tissue is like baking paper.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you're like, okay. Do any of you ladies, I have a tissue that's like bigger than like 4 ply at this point, you know. So I'm thinking, okay. So I'm there and I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to think, well, Jesus, you know, he's going to have somebody after me. So I come with my clothes on. He said, make sure I take a seat. Right. He said, I don't see anything, any nasties, anything to be concerned about. He said, so what I'll do, he says, I'll write a letter to the effect of this. If you have any concerns at all, anything changes from what we are at today, please do not hesitate to contact my secretary. We'll book you in another appointment and we'll go through things, you know, or we'll talk on the phone. He couldn't have been a nicer guy.
That's really good.
And I think that when you meet people like that, you feel reassured.
Of course you
but
do.
Of course, lead up to the appointment, I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, I could have cervical cancer. I could, you know, why the hell do I need to see a gynecologist? And of course, at the doctor's appointment, that it's not explained to you either, the reason why. They just say, oh, well, we just want to check things out very casually, offhand. And I'm like, well, I understand why you would want, because obviously everything's connected, but I think more explanation needs to be given, because as women, we think, well, hang on a minute, you're sending me to see a professional, you know, a consultant of gynecology here. You're not just, it's not just a GP surgery or a registered nurse at my local set. This is, I'm going to the hospital.
And not everybody has that, do they? I mean, I was just put on HRT. Do you want it? Yeah, please now. But so not everybody's experience is you going to the gynecologist. So okay.
So I had a letter a couple of weeks later to say what they'd spoken about, and a few kind of like screenshots of what was come up on the screen. And then they said, you know, you're going to have to book another appointment to go back to your doctor, book the appointment, and that's when they started me on the first round of HRT. Okay. But the process to get to the prescription stage, and when I went into the appointment, after having the consult with the gynecologist, they were right. Okay, so it's almost like as if they're trying to like debunk or debuff, or trying to say, oh well, actually, do you know what? We know, you know, you've had a lot of appointments to get to this point, but there are really no tests that we can run that will pinpoint whether you are or not in perimenopause.
Yeah.
And you're looking at them and you're thinking, so you mean to tell me that I went to see a gynecologist, had E.T.'s finger go where nothing should go, in my opinion, for you to then turn around and say, oh, well, you know, good for you, you know, well done, you know, we think you're in perimenopause, but we're not 100% sure. And if you want HRT, you can have it. If you don't want it, then thanks very much. You know, pay the lady on the way out. And it's kind of like very flippant, as in, oh, well, you know, I suppose if you want it, you can have it kind of attitude. Yeah. And it's like, well, that doesn't help me.
No, you want the support, don't you, I guess? You want someone to sit with you and explain what might potentially help you with the symptoms that you're trying to manage.
But I guess what they're doing is it's a tick box exercise, really, isn't it? If they have to go through this raft of tests just to make sure that there isn't anything else untoward, and also then to make sure that you are in a good space. Then, if you do want to take HRT, that you are able to. But I guess a bit of explanation around that would be really helpful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I kind of think that I know that we're in kind of a point in time in our healthcare where they're almost like against prescribing anything that they don't have to. And I'm like, I understand that, because over prescribing is not the way forward either. But if you're going to send somebody on a journey such as mine or something similar, why get to the end and go, well, you know, if you want to sign up, these are the benefits. But if you don't, and that it'd be amazing if you don't, because we don't have to pay, you know, really, really like pimping up the idea of me not to. I mean, because after all, I mean, you could just, you know, soldier on and, you know, just kill everybody in the village. You know, you could just soldier on. And I'm like, okay, my kid doesn't know whether he's coming or going at this point. I've put in for an extension on the patio this week. So, you know, which option do you think I should go for?
Yeah, it's really difficult though, isn't it? So so you tried 2 different types of HRT.
Yes.
And then, so how did you get on? I'm assuming that you've got on okay with the second lot because you're still on it.
The patches are a lot better.
Yeah.
But I'm getting to the point in the patches now, by day 3, they're wearing off.
Okay. So how long have you been on those, Tina?
I've been on those for a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, about a year and a half, because I was on the tablets and gel for roughly 6 months, and then obviously there was then a shortage, so just under a year on that, and then obviously I then changed the patches, so I've probably been on the patches that I'm on now a year and a half. But I find that particularly in the last, I would say 3 to 4 months, I could put the patch on, great, I'm happy, I'm everybody's friend for 2 days. Come the 3rd day, you know, the devil's starting to creep in, and I'm like,
okay. So what are you doing about that? Are you doing anything to sort of help yourself, or are you going to be going back to the GP?
So I have a review coming up for the HRT, which is obviously amazing, to which I will be stating what I've just said. And then what I tend to do is, because I live in quite a high stress world with the job I do, my son, work, etc. So my outlet is gym. Gym and music is my outlet. So hence going to the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning after doing an all-nighter. Yeah. I just find that the gym just sets my mental health and just sets me for the day, and you know, just helps me rebalance.
Were you always like that, or is that come more with going through perimenopause? Was that like a new addition, or have you always been like that anyway? Always been using the gym?
I've used the gym on and off for many years, but I've also had issues around food. So due to relationships that I've been in, or so I'm a comfort eater, and I'll also binge eat as well. So some of it is part of the ADHD, because you get time blindness, where you know, say for example, you start work at 10 o'clock, for example, you get to like 1 o'clock, you say, oh, I'll have something to eat in a minute. Oh, actually, I'll just finish this. Before you know it, it's then 3 o'clock, and you've gone full 6 hours without going to, unlikely not going to the toilet, because I've got a bladder like a sesame seed. But you've only drunk half a bottle of water. You haven't eaten anything since you had your breakfast. You're about to pick the kids up from the school run, and you're like, okay, there's no way I'm going to get a sandwich in between now and when I pick the kids up. So I'm just going to have to wait until I pick the kids up. So then the first meal or second meal that you're eating is like 5, 6 o'clock at night, or 5, 6 in the afternoon. And then you're like, okay, I'm really hungry.
Of course.
And then, of course, then it's snacks, sugar. So at the moment, I'm trying to curb my sweet tooth, because I've got a lot of cravings at the minute. So I'm going through mainly sweet stuff, because usually if I'm due for a period, I'll have savoury cravings, believe it or not. So I want crisps and cheese and crackers and scotched eggs and things like that. But I haven't had that at all. Since I've gone into perimenopause, I haven't had that at all. But I want sugar, and by the bucket. The more sugar, the better. Now, I'm the sort of person that can sit and eat 500-gram bar of chocolate and not think about it.
Yeah, I think I can do that too.
Yeah. Whole tub of
that sort of size.
Yeah.
I
mean, guys dream of that, but
eat his finger, 500-gram bar of chocolate.
Go for the latter.
Absolutely, every time.
Definitely.
And not in the same place where E.T.'s finger goes.
No.
No. Visual person, Michelle.
Sorry.
Person.
I forget Lou's a very visual person. I don't, that's why I do it.
But yeah, sugar cravings and food cravings have been a real issue for me at the minute.
So I'm really curious, Tina, as to how having ADHD and going through the perimenopause has felt for you, really, because that just feels like it may well have been really quite difficult.
It's like warfare.
Yeah.
So you're going through the hormonal roller coaster, and at the same time you're trying to regulate yourself, because you're thinking, right, okay, I can pretty much survive on 5.5 to 6 hours sleep, roughly. If I can get 10 hours, I'm amazing. I'm living life.
Wow.
But then what happens is, as the week goes on, I'll have one day where I'll have, usually it's a Sunday when I have a day off or something, I'll have a huge sleep, so 10, 12 hours. But then as the week goes on, I get less and less and less and less and less until I then get to the weekend. Because I get to the end of the day and I'm like, right, okay, I've got this to do, I've got that to do, and I just zone out.
Okay.
So sleep is a bit of an issue, but with hormones as well, you're kind of thinking, right, okay, am I overthinking this? You know, and burnout is a real thing for me. Okay. So I can and the peanut butter brain fog is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is.
Total pain in the ass. And why it's called peanut butter brain fog?
Yes, I was going to ask you that.
Is because early on, when I thought, okay, you know, maybe I'm in perimenopause. So I work in retail. I work for a supermarket at the moment while I'm trying to grow my business. And at the supermarket, they have weekly offers on. So I really like peanut butter. So I make protein balls with it. I bake with it, cook with it, etc. So each week, I wouldn't put it on the list, because the previous week I bought a jar of peanut butter. So I get to the supermarket and I get down the aisle. I'm thinking, did I buy peanut butter last week?
Yeah, I laugh because I know exactly what you mean.
And it's not on my list. I'm sure I'm going to need it. I'm going to buy a jar. Put it in the cupboard. Following week, same thing happens. Following week, same thing happens. And then for some reason, I decided to have a cupboard clear out. At one point, I had 6 jars, all the same size, 6 jars of peanut butter, and believe it or not, all the same brand.
Oh, well, you obviously like that brand.
I'm consistent.
You are?
All the same brand, varying from crunchy to smooth.
Oh, I'm a crunchy peanut butter kind of girl. Oh, are you?
It all depends on what I'm having it on. So if I'm having peanut butter on toast, got to be crunchy.
Definitely.
But if I'm making protein balls with it, it's a pain in the bum with it being crunchy, because then there's too much texture to get the peanut butter to work into the rest of the mix.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, at one point I had 6, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, how did I end up with 6 jars of peanut butter? And they were all on offer because of the brand's quite a nice brand, and I think it's like Nuts About Nature or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not a cheap brand, hence why I probably bought it like I did on the offer. And I'm thinking, okay, Tina, look, love, you like peanut butter, it's true, but what the hell are you going to do with, hang on a minute, 4, 8? I mean, you're looking like 2,000 grams. I'm like, what the hell are you going to do with all this peanut butter?
If you've got a dog, you can cut your dog's nails. I've seen people doing that on YouTube. They put a blob of peanut butter on their forehead, and they have the dog in front of them, and the dog's licking the forehead, getting the peanut butter while they're trimming its nails. A nicer idea that you could do is stuff some medjool dates if you eat dates.
I've got some of those in the fridge at the minute.
Crunchy peanut butter, slice it, crunchy peanut butter in the middle, obviously take the stone out, and then dunk it in melted dark chocolate.
Don't crack a tooth.
Don't crack a tooth. That's got some coconut oil in. Dip it in, stick it in the fridge. Oh my God, they're amazing, aren't they?
The creation I've got in the fridge at the moment is the medjool dates, so the big fat ones.
Yeah.
Don't bother with the small ones, because
No. We've got to have the big fat ones.
Yeah. Go large or go home. So big fat ones, take the stone out. So what I did is I did half a cup of almond flour.
Oh yeah.
With pistachio cream. Mix the two together. Put a few dark chocolate chips in the mix. Stuff your medjool dates. Put them in the fridge, and then because of the ground almonds, it helps to set.
Okay.
So it sets inside the medjool date, and then obviously, if you want to, then dip it in chocolate.
Oh, that sounds nice.
We're swiftly turning into a
cooking
show. But we'll accept any tips like that, especially if it's got the big fat medjool dates in. I love them.
Yeah.
But also, if you think something like that, you could switch out certain aspects of it to make it kid friendly. Yeah. And then, you know, like mini marshmallows, or even just, you know, put the marshmallow in the peanut butter and put it in the date and then stick chocolate over it. It's almost like a s'mores bite without the biscuit.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds lovely. Making me hungry now. I've not had my dinner yet.
No, I haven't either.
So have you found that your brain fog has eased with you going on HRT, or is it made any difference whatsoever? So that's really interesting, isn't it? Because I've had a conversation recently with a clinician about, because I'm not on HRT, about possibly going on to HRT, and one of my main things is brain fog. So it's really interesting that you say it's not made any difference.
Not made any difference for me, because I can walk into a room and go, why am I here? And then my ADHD takes over, and then it goes, oh look, you need to sort that out over there.
Yeah.
I see, I do that.
And then I lose 20 minutes doing that, and then I go downstairs and I'm like, oh, I did make a coffee like 20 minutes ago. It's now cold. Now I might as well stick ice in it.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I go into the kitchen and to pick something up, and I'll go, oh, there's some washing up, so I'll start to wash up. And then I'll say, oh, that needs to go into the washing machine, so I'll take it into the utility room. And then while I'm in the utility room, I'll be like, oh, but that needs wiping, and I'll do that. And then I'll go back into the kitchen, and the washing up water's cold. Yeah, I do that no end. And I'm on HRT. I also have testosterone as part of my HRT, which has helped me with other mental well-being stuffs. But I don't know, I think it probably has helped a bit with the brain fog. I mean, I don't know whether it's just the testosterone or a mixture of all. It's tricky. It's really tricky to work really it all out, isn't it?
Yeah. But I find that I've got lists everywhere. I put it in the calendar. Then I put that I've got an iPhone, so then you go in the notes app and then you make a note and do a reminder and remind you an hour before, and then remind you that it's, you know, at 12 o'clock, and you know, I've got to like double bubble everything.
Yeah. But it sounds like it helps you with your moods.
Yeah, it definitely helps me balance out my mood swings and the rages, and particularly the hot flushes. So with the Miss Trunchbull hot sweats or hot flushes, I'd get to work, and of course you're rushing because you drop the kids off. Right, okay, the dog to be mum's. Right, let's get to work. So you get to work, and you get into work, and you look in the mirror and think, oh, who is that? And you're sweating like a hoe in church.
I do.
And then I'm thinking, right, okay.
I look in the mirror and think, oh my God, who's that? But that's just because I look so old compared to what I think I look.
Probably because we still feel the same. I don't know.
You still feel 21 inside.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd go with 40. Maybe I feel like I'm 40. Yeah. I'll go with that.
But I was finding that with the hot sweats, that, you know, it starts in your feet and it starts to radiate up, and I'm like, oh, what? And this was before I started the HRT. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Bearing in mind, I'm an ice cube person. I am cold as. I go to work and I've got like 4 layers on. I'm like, okay, this is starting to get spicy. I'm starting to get really hot. What's going on? And we've all got that customer where they take a shine to you.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of customers, and they're in their older years, not the ages, let's say. And of course, I'm there, and I'm like, oh my Lord, where is this coming from? I am hotter than the Sahara. What is going on? So of course I'm there, and I'm trying to fan myself in my jacket, and they're looking at me. All right, love? Okay. Yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah, sorry, was there something you needed? No, yeah, of course you're fine. I'm flapping like a go away. You sure? No, I do not need your help. Trust me, I don't need your help. If anything, you're going to need a medic in a minute. Go away. And then about 20 minutes later, it's gone. It's disappeared.
Yeah.
So just for that, like, half hour, 45 minutes, I get the hot flush, and then it just disappears, and I don't get it then for the rest of the day. And I'm
you're still getting those now, or has the HRT?
No, I'm not getting them anymore. I'm just getting the skin itches with the temperature. So if I start to get really hot, I start to get itchy. But of course, the hotter I get, the itchier I get. So then I'm like, oh, okay. It almost like one symptom replaces the other each time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not, a HRT isn't a cure-all, is it? And it's still trying to find little ways to help you navigate the other stuff as well.
Yeah,
it's just balancing it out, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I've also gone down the rabbit hole of trying to cut out sucrose out of my diet, because obviously artificial sweeteners can wreak havoc with your hormones and everything. And I'm looking at the back of the like average stuff that I eat. I'm like, why is that in there? I picked a classic example. Went to Lidl the other week, picked up some high protein yogurt, because high protein everything these days. High protein yogurt, great. It's got real fruit in it, real fruit juices in it, brilliant. Okay, raspberry, strawberry, vanilla, and I'll go for a plain Greek one because that will go with everything. Gets home, and I'm speaking to my friend that's currently going through cancer treatment, and she was saying about the stuff that she's cutting out of her diet and things that she's not eating and things that she's been told to avoid because of the treatment and one thing and another. And she said, oh yeah, I'm cutting out artificial sweetener. She said, and you wouldn't believe what it's in. And she's obviously gone down the rabbit hole and researched it and what have you. So of course then you kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to just out of curiosity, I'm going to check. Looked on the back of this yogurt, sucrose, and I'm like, why is, and I think it's because you're adding a flavor to it, like strawberry, vanilla, raspberry, whatever. For some reason they feel the need to put sucrose in it, because the high Greek plain yogurt that I got out of the four doesn't have it in it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's the flavourings, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm
How
like,
long have you been doing that for then, Tina? Is that helping?
Roughly a week and a half.
Okay, so still early.
Yeah, but it's hard going, because you look at the back of everything and you think, hang on a minute, it's in my chocolate, it's in biscuits, it's in cordial, it's in protein bars. I mean, you name it, it's in majority of things.
Yeah.
And I'm a celiac as well, so I really don't need to cancel anything else out of my diet.
Okay, so you're already having to check everything as it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So of course the bloating as well. It's like, why?
So with regards to, like, I don't know, the moving into like what you're doing now. So obviously you're working in retail, and you've set up your own business. Is setting up your own business been part of your like journey during this time?
Midlife transition.
Yeah, like a midlife transition.
No, I started my business. So my business, my social media business, which is Wellbeing Socials, shameless plug.
You plug away, love.
Shameless plug. I started that one about 3 years ago.
Okay.
But I've just recently, in the last 3 weeks, changed my personal account to the handle is midlife and overstimulated.
Okay, brilliant.
So I'm in midlife. I'm 44 years old. I know the oil of you ladies are working, ladies. So I'm midlife and I'm going through perimenopause, which for many people, when you're at the early 40s, it still classifies really early.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Even though you can start at 35.
Absolutely right.
For some, that still classifies really early. So I've started doing content explaining about, hey, look, this is what I'm experiencing. I'm 44 years old. I'm an fresh ADHD. This is what I'm going through. I've just started doing that, kind of like almost like blogging my experience.
Okay.
Kind of get people to kind of, hey, look, if this is happening to you, this is part of the ride, my love.
Yes, it is.
So people don't feel quite so alone.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's what the podcast is about. I think we're all trying to help the next lady or your next woman along in the journey. And if they can tune in and see your socials and read a message and say, wow, okay, that's how I feel. You know, I'm not losing my marbles. You know, it is just something that happens. And I think it's cool. So what you're sort of saying is, although like the wellbeing socials was something you started probably just not long before you experienced perimenopause, now you're in the throes of it and working out what sort of HRT works, what other things work for you, like food and exercise and everything. So you built your social.
I would say that wellbeing socials kind of started as I was kind of growing my business.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where, in the early stages, I suffered with burnout a lot.
Okay.
So I'd get to a point where I'm like, do you know what? I don't want to look at a computer. I don't want to touch my phone. Don't ask me to edit anything. I don't want to know what a hashtag is.
Much.
I don't care what Adam Mosseri is saying. And, you know, that's like, in my world, that's like, oh, she just said that. I don't care what the update is. I don't care what the update is. I don't care what the algorithm is doing. I don't care what's trending. I don't care that Kim Kardashian is selling fluffy panties. I don't care.
Oh my word.
Yeah, what the hell's that about? And I'm like, okay, I've got to switch off. And I'd have to switch off at 4 days. It's 4-day segments.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd be like, I've got to post something. I'm like, no, not interested. No, I don't want to look at it. I'm not interested. So of course, part of that is kind of like hormones, unbalanced hormones. But the other half of that is obviously my ADHD fighting each other. And they're like, well, hang on a minute. We want to do something because we want to be organized, but then we're so out of whack that we haven't got the energy or the motivation to do anything. But I want to post something. And it's like,
oh, wow.
Right, okay. So I just had to kind of like, right, okay. So now I tend to work at my own speed. It's not necessarily the pro quo that all the gurus would say, oh, well, you got to post 7 days a week, 3 reels a day, 3 carousels a day, 2, it's, hey, look, it's whatever works for the individual.
100%. We say
there is no point in setting yourself an unrealistic expectation of, oh, I'm going to post 2 reels a day, 2 carousels a day. I'm going to knit a whole sweater and I'm going to do a 3-course meal for my husband. Yeah, come on, let's pare it back a little bit.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's be realistic here.
Absolutely. We've got to exactly do that. Yeah. Oh, well, I think we better start rounding that up. We could honestly, I could definitely stay on chatting for ages. It's been so good to have you on, Tina. Thank you so much.
All right, no worries. Thank you very much for having me.